Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Salesforce Excellence. In today's session, we are going to cover a very important topic related to database design or database modeling. As you know that in today's world, what is the importance of data, right? Data is very much important, very much crucial. Now in Salesforce, we store the data in the objects. Already you have seen how the data is stored in account object, contact object. Yes or no? Now today's topic we are going to discuss on what are the relationship associated between different objects in Salesforce and what are the types of relationships we have. Okay. So before that, we need to understand what is relationship in Salesforce. Simply it means two or more objects are connected or related to each other within the data model. Like you can see the example, account and contact are related to each other. And it defines how the records in one object are associated or connected with the records in another object. Okay. So there will be a connection between the records in one object to the records in another object. Okay. And here in Salesforce, it supports different types of relationship between objects. Okay. Now you might be asking, why sir, why we have to store the data in different objects? And again, you are saying that we need to maintain the relationship between objects. Why can't we store all the data in a single object? It's a normal question rises in the mind of a non-technical person who is not having a background of database design. To answer this question in a simple format, if you store the data, all the data in a single object, the data duplication problem will arise and so many other issues will come. It becomes very difficult to organize the data and performance issues also will come. Very much difficult to retrieve all the data if you store everything, every data, every information in a single object. Okay. So to maintain the data, integrity, to improve the performance and so many other things, as part of the database best practices to design the data in a better way to improve the performance, it is suggested that we have to store the data in different objects, that too related to each other, and we have to maintain the relationship. Okay. So the screen which is visible to you, you can see the relationship between account contact, account opportunity. And one more thing I want to tell you here is, when we are maintaining the relationship between two objects, one object will play a role of a parent. Another object will be called as a child. Okay. Next. Now, what are the relationships we have in Salesforce? You can see here, there are 5 types of relationships are there. Lookup, master detail, many to many, external, and self relationship. In the coming sessions, we are going to discuss in detail about each relationship. And why these many relationships? It depends on the scenario or whatever the business requirement you have to implement as part of your project. You will pick up one type of relationship. Okay. Now we'll be talking about, and one more thing I want to make it clear is, in real time, we'll be using mostly this master detail and many to many and lookup. These 3 are most frequently used relationships. Okay. Now coming to lookup relationship. It is a basic association between two objects. As I told you, relationship means connecting two objects or connecting the records of one object to records of another object. In the lookup relationship, one object, which is a child, contains a field that holds a reference, which is also called as lookup to a record in another object. Okay. So here you have to understand that the relationship or the reference or the lookup will be available in the child object. Okay. And second point, this lookup relationship is unidirectional. It is not bidirectional. We will be having a relationship from child to parent. Okay. And it is one to many relationship. One to many in the sense, first thing is each record in child is associated with a record in the parent. At the same time, multiple records in the child object can be associated with a single record in the parent object. Clear? And next point related to this lookup is it is optional. Optional in the sense the lookup field in the child object can be left blank. It means if any child is not associated with any parent record, that is also okay. It means there will be no issue or error we will get if you don't have any children associated with the parent. Okay. And we'll be having another relationship which is stronger than lookup, which is called as master detail. There are some similarities in lookup and master detail, but one thing is it is a stronger type of relationship. Why it is stronger? We'll see. So here also the child object is referred to as the detail and the parent object is referred to as the master. Okay. And data ownership and access control means the master object or the master record will have the ownership over the child record. Okay. And you can see the cascade deletion. This one. Cascade deletion means, as I told you, this is a stronger relationship. The lookup relationship is a weaker relationship and master detail is a stronger relationship. Cascade deletion means if you delete any parent record in the parent object or the master object, the associated child record will get deleted automatically. Clear? But this will not happen in the case of lookup relationship. If you delete the parent record, child record will not delete. It will be there, but the reference will become null. But in the case of master detail, if parent record is deleted, associated child record will also gets deleted automatically. And one more property of master detail is roll-up summary fields. Roll-up summary fields in the sense on the child, on the parent, you can have the summary of the child records data. For example, if you take a student and book or account and contact, on the account, you can have a field to show the number of contacts associated with each account. Okay. You can have the aggregated information related to the child records on the parent, which is called as roll-up summary field. And one more property which is similar to lookup is it is also one-to-many relationship. It means each child record will be associated with the parent record. At the same time, there can be multiple child records can be associated with the parent record. And here one more thing you have to remember is here it is mandatory to have a relationship. In master detail, every child record must be associated with a parent record. But in the lookup, it may or may not associate. In the child record, there may be a reference or lookup to the parent record, or it can be null. But here in master detail, you should not contain any null in the reference in a child object. Clear? So this is completely theoretical part. Just note down the points. Once we saw the example with a real-time example, you will clearly understand the topic. Okay. So that's it in today's session. Just go through all these slides and make a note. Try to understand what are the types of relationships in Salesforce, and in specific about these two, lookup and master detail. So in the coming sessions, you will see the example related to lookup, how it is done. Once you see the real-time example, you will get more clarity. Okay. So thank you very much.